A simple woman in a plain white dress stepped into the Royal Gambit Chess Club, drawing curious stares. Victor Sterling, the arrogant club champion, challenged her to a match, eager to humiliate her. The crowd gathered for his usual spectacle. But when Grace Sullivan moved her first piece, Victor's smirk faded. Each precise move dismantled his defenses, revealing a brilliant mind behind her modest calm. The woman they mocked was once a chess prodigy who had walked away from fame. The Royal Gambit stood like a fortress of elitism on Fifth Avenue. Marble steps, chandeliers, and hushed voices. Victor, 42, surveyed his kingdom. "Another dull evening," he sighed. Charles Westwood laughed. "Perhaps you've outgrown the competition." The doors opened. Grace entered quietly, her simple dress a sharp contrast to the club's luxury. She asked for Dr. Joseph Matthews. Told he was delayed, she sat near the games, observing with quiet focus. Victor noticed. "Who's that?" he asked. "No idea," Charles scoffed. "Probably lost." Victor's eyes narrowed. She watches like she understands. Amused, he crossed the room. "Enjoying the view?" he asked. "Yes, thank you." "You play?" "A little," she said evenly. The crowd began to circle. "I'm Victor Sterling, club champion." Grace Sullivan. Her calm tone unsettled him. "Perhaps you'd care for a game?" "I'm waiting for someone." "It won't take long," he pressed. Laughter rippled. Trapped by a courtesy, Grace sighed. "Very well, one game." As they prepared, De Matthews entered, pausing at the sight. "Grace," he called warmly. "Mr. Sterling challenged me," she said. Joseph smiled faintly. "Then this should be interesting." Victor gestured grandly. "Ladies first." Grace touched the white king with familiarity. Joseph noticed. "Standard rules?" she asked. "You're familiar with tournaments?" he replied, surprised. "As I said, I play a little." The clock started. Grace opened with a pawn to A4, confident, practiced. Victor countered quickly. Her next moves were sharp, calculated. The spectators leaned closer. 20 minutes later, the mood had changed. The audience, expecting humiliation, now watched in stunned silence. Grace's strategies were daring and elegant. Victor's easy arrogance melted into strain. Sweat glistened on his forehead. Grace's moves came swift and sure. "Check," she said quietly. "You've played before," he muttered. "I said I play a little." Her next move cornered his bishop, time ticking away. His frustration grew. Her calm deepened. Then, checkmate. The room froze. Victor Sterling, seven-time champion, defeated in 27 moves by a woman in a simple dress. Grace reset the pieces, serene. "Would you like another game, Mr. Sterling?" she asked softly. Murmurs rippled. Cornered, Victor forced a smile. "A rematch then, with a wager. If I win, you tell us who you are." Grace's gaze steadied. "And if I win, you stop challenging visitors for sport." "Deal," he said. The rematch drew the entire club. Victor played aggressively. Grace countered with patient precision. "She's extraordinary," whispered Winston Davis. "She was my student," Joseph replied proudly. The outcome was inevitable. "Checkmate in 3, Grace said. Victor tipped his king in defeat. "Who are you?" he asked, voice stripped of pride. Joseph answered for her. "Grace Sullivan, formerly Grace Bennett." Gasps filled the room. "The prodigy who vanished before the international championship," someone whispered. Victor stared. "Bennett? Your matches are in textbooks." Grace smiled faintly. "I stopped playing for audiences, not for love of the game." As she and Joseph turned to leave, Victor called, "Miss Bennett, wait, I owe you an apology." She nodded graciously. "Apology accepted." "Would you consider teaching here?" he asked earnestly. "No, I teach elementary math now. Chess is my sanctuary, not my career." "Why walk away? You could have been world champion." Grace smiled. "I valued the joy of the game more than winning. When chess becomes about pride, its beauty fades." Victor lowered his gaze. "You have my word, no more humiliating guests." Grace shook his hand firmly. As she left, members watched in newfound respect. Inside, the club's air had changed. Players replayed her moves from memory, discussing strategy with awe. At his table, Victor opened a notebook, not to record a victory, but a lesson learned from an unexpected teacher in a simple white dress. If Grace's story touched your heart, remember, brilliance often hides in humble places. True mastery isn't about showing off. It's quiet dedication that turns passion into excellence. Have you ever been underestimated, only for others to regret it? Share your story below and subscribe for more tales that remind us to judge less and discover more.